in my life, and he's making in so many lives across this state, across this nation, and certainly in this campaign. I would also simply thank the voters. This has been an amazing journey. And while God may be a God of second chances, at times voters are a little bit less forgiving. And in that regard, it has been an amazing journey. And so I want to thank each one of the voters here in the 1st District of South Carolina for what they've done to propel our campaign and the ideas that it's been based on. I want to thank again so many different volunteers who backed in to get that word out. But at the end of the day, the voter makes the verdict in elections. And I thank them for this verdict that they've uncovered or laid out here. I guess part of it is to say that we could be in the Republican nominee in advancing conservative ideas here in this 1st Congressional District right now.
Yes.
And if we make it in May, ultimately a messenger of important conservative ideas in this national debate that's before us.
Yes.
I would just say, I said a moment ago that I was both thankful and I was humbled by the outpouring support and where we find ourselves right now. But I'm also, frankly, energized by the prospect of carrying these messages that this campaign has been based on forward both into this general election and both into Washington, D.C. Post-May 7th. And so when I think about, this campaign, it's been a campaign that's been based on ideas. And I would simply ask every one of you, do you believe that a problem of too much debt can be solved with yet more debt?
No.
Okay. Do you believe that we need to get our financial house in order in Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
Do you think that we can tax our way to prosperity?
No.
Do you think that we need to use the Constitution as an old-fashioned framework, guide for the way we ought to do things in Washington, D.C.? Do you think that we ought to have market-based and market principles at work every day when we look at implementing solutions important to people's lives here in South Carolina?
Yes.
Well, if you do, then this general election is really important for you. Because while I may have had some minor differences with each one of my competitors, as there were 16 of us running in the Republican field, those were minor shades of gray. And what we're now in is a race where there are very stark differences between what this campaign is about, what the conservative message is about, what the Republican Party is ultimately about, and those of our opponent in this general election. And so I think that there's going to be a really interesting debate going forward here on whether or not, for instance,